Hi, my name is Shakira, and I have recently been inspired or encouraged to do a video devotional of my personal devotionals that I have with God and my personal conversations that I have with God. Just recently, I resigned from my job, and I have just had a lot of different revelations and personal revelations that I just felt led to share with you guys and hope that you can be liberated and be encouraged and uplift and just freed in every type of way as I have been freed. So this week, and I plan on doing this every week. Just it's my personal devotions that I just plan on sharing with you guys in hopes that it'll bless you. So this week, my personal devotional was about Matthew 25 verses 14 through 30. And if you're not familiar with that verse, I encourage you to go read it. But that verse is about a master and his servant, and the master giving its three servants a certain amount of money. He gave the first servant 5,000, the second servant 2,000, and the last servant 1,000 talents. And the first two servants, they were good stewards over the money, and they doubled the money. So when they brought it back to the master, the one who was given 5,000 now had 10,000, and the one who was given 2,000 now had 4,000. And the master said, "Good job, faithful servant. You've been good over a few. Now I will bless you with many." Now the servant who was given $1,000 hid his money, buried his money, did nothing with his money, and when he had to come to the master, he said, "I knew you drove a hard bargain. I knew that I would have to come and show account of what I did with what was given to me." And the master, of course, was not pleased. And he said, "Flee from me, you wicked servant." And to me, that just spoke volumes about being a good steward over what God has given you, including talents and gifts. And, as I was sitting in my room today, I was looking at some things that I've bought and that I've paid a lot of money for and I haven't even used. And people will come over my house and say, "Hey, do you even use this?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I've spent all that money on it. I didn't even use it." And I think that is just so parallel to us as human beings, that we're like things that we spend a lot of money on, but we get no use out of. And it's the same way to the people of God. God has died on the cross. He has shed his blood so that we can live a free, liberated, fulfilled life where we are being used, and we do nothing with our gifts and we do nothing with our talents, and we're a waste. We are something that has been purchased, but yet we're a waste. We go to church, we do nothing with what we receive. We live these mediocre lives, and we don't fulfill any purpose that God has given us and blessed us with. So that has really been my own personal meditation. I've just been really convicted in the last couple of weeks, because God has led me to do things and has given me awesome gifts and awesome talents, as well as you. And I haven't done anything with it. I hadn't been using my gifts. In the Bible, in Corinthians, it talks about stir up the gifts that God has given you. And I think the reason why Paul chose stir up was because sometimes the gift that God has given us can die, and it can go dormant inside of us, whether it's because of family life, whether it's because of a job, whether it's because of a relationship that's not good for us. Many reasons why the life in us, the gifts and the talents in us, can be sucked dry. And I truly feel that we have to be challenged every day to say, "Lord, I give my gifts, I give my talents, and I will seek out a way to be used by you. I will seek out a way to look for opportunities to practice my gifts, to use my gifts and talents, so that when it's time for me to be accountable to you, you can say, 'Good job, good and faithful servant. You have done a good job,' and you will be blessed with more." I pray the spirit of fear away from myself and away from all of those who are listening, that we get out the boat like Peter did. We walk on water, and we don't allow fear to hold us back. We have this bold, tenacious type of spiritual gumption to get out and do what we're called to do. I see so many people who are so talented, so, so gifted, and are allowing their life to be wasted away, by not using those gifts and talents, and it's out of fear. They, with so many people out there who want to be a doctor or a nurse, or have their own business, or have their own website, or have their own clothing line, or be a preacher or a pastor, or whatever. So many different gifts and talents out there that are going with people to their graves, that never, so many unwritten books. There's so many things, people are dying and they're alive. And that is my greatest concern. I don't want to be someone who's alive but not living the abundant life that God died for us all to live. A life that's not fulfilled, a life that is not used and of service to others, a life that is just dormant and dead and lifeless and and just boring. I found myself in the past couple of weeks just making a lot of excuses. Well, I'm tired, after I got off work, after I did this, after I did that, I just a lot of excuses. Well, I don't have the money, I don't have this and that. And the Lord was saying, excuses equal to nothingness. You never get anything done with excuses. You never become the person that you were born to be with excuses. I just really feel like the Lord had been telling me to trust him with all that I am and all that I have, that he will provide and he will make a way, but I have to get up and do the work. Faith without works is dead. And we have to get out there and do the work that God has called us to do, and have total trust and faith in the Lord that he will bring the things that he has promised us to pass, and that's the abundant life. And really seek out to live the life that he's called us to live, and challenge ourselves to really use our gifts, use our talents for the glory of God and for the service of others, and not just live a boring life, but to trust God, whether it's fill out the application to get in school, get that scholarship, whether it's go ahead to get that invention that you got underneath in a box hidden in the back, whether it's to get it a patent and the license for this, get your hair license, get your business license, get whatever it is, whatever it is, finally quit that job, write that book, whatever it is that God is calling you to do, to pray that spirit of fear, pray that spirit of I'm comfortable where I am, and to just really venture out to a place that is uncomfortable, that is totally trusting on God, that is actually can be very scary but very rewarding, because you're taking a risk. You're not no longer relying on yourself, but you're relying on God, and in that you're growing in your relationship with Christ. So this week I encourage you to really challenge yourself to seek out opportunities to use your gift, to do those things that you said that you have procrastinated on, and really just go after your dreams, go after your talents, and be like the first two servants, to get double on what God, to seek out to get double on what God has given you, and to be a good steward over what God has given you. And I pray that in the name of Jesus, and I hope you guys have a blessed week. Okay, bye.